What's up, guys, man? I want to talk about how the Black Manosphere, man, it's through, man. It's done. And I know I said that, you know, I'm moving on for the Black Manosphere, but it is a couple of dudes that I still watch. And I just really wanted to get my 2 cents on this, get this off my chest. It's not that I care. I just wanted to get my 2 cents out. This actually started on one of the Wacky's 100s live stream. But they was talking about how you already know how I feel. I don't think these women need to be on the space. And those dudes on the panel were all saying that they should be on the space. And the reason they think they should be on the space because supposedly the women help expose the dudes for who they really are. And the thing is, there's some truth to that, but we really don't need these women to expose these dudes because they do it to themselves. Like as soon as these dudes get the views and the subscribers and the notoriety, they start getting arrogant. A lot of these dudes start getting arrogant and start talking down to the dudes that support them, or just have a simple disagreement. Call them nobodies, or you ain't even a content creator and stuff like that. And even if that's the case about these women supposed to be dudes, like, so what? Like, why do they even matter? Why do you even care about these women trying to expose these dudes? Like, look, if these dudes want to simp or trick, whatever with these women, that's fine. As long as they do it on their own time instead of doing it in space. Honestly, I think dudes are using that talking point of, well, the women have exposed the dudes. They're using that talking point as an excuse. They they don't care about these women exposing these dudes. They're just using that talking point as a shield to hide their real intention. And they talking about how it's a chess move by having women in the space because people keep calling them women bashers or they hate women, and dudes be like, well, how can you say we hate women if women are on our side and they agree with what we say and they saying the same thing that we saying? And Jerome was saying like that's kind of weak though, and I agree with that. That is kind of weak. Why do you need women to validate you? Why can't you stand on your 2 feet? That is kind of weak to me. That tells me like society or the opposition, they can't respect what we saying, but they can only respect what we saying only because the women agree with what we saying. Like that's weak. And honestly, I think it's just an excuse because that's not going to change the opposition. That's not going to change their mindset just because y'all might have some women that agree with y'all or seemingly agree with y'all, because those women are going to get attacked by the sisterhood. They're going to get dismissed, and you're they're still going to see you as like haters or something like that. They're still going to attack you. So it doesn't matter. Dudes just want females on the space because they pussy first. That's what they really is about. We don't need the females to do all this, especially when it came to like exposing dudes. We don't really need it because as soon as these dudes get the views, the subscribers, the notoriety, they switch up like Captain Ginyu. These guys pull a Captain Ginyu. Captain Ginyu from Dragon Ball Z. He got this technique called change bodies, where he can just change bodies with people. That's how he switch up. A lot of these dudes, they switch up as soon as they get to the point where they at. So many guys in space claim to be on the side of dudes or talked a certain way, and then as soon as they challenged what they wanted to be at, they switched up. They changed on cats like Captain Yin. They pulled a change of heart. And I'm not talking about the turn change of heart. I'm talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh card, change of heart. They activate the spell card, change of heart, which allows, so you're able to take a monster from your opponent's side of the field and make it switch up on them for at least one turn. So that's what these guys are doing. Because I know my boy Chris, he does a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon analogies. A lot of these dudes pull a substitute juicing. They one way and then they just change. They change up. They disappear from the person they was, and they become somewhere else. And I'm telling you, man, it's like shadow clone juicing up in this beat. Cause a lot of these dudes, they sound the same. It's straight up clones of each other, like shadow clone juicing. And this goes to what I was saying on my other videos that I make. I talked about how these dudes, a lot of these guys that complain about the daggles and call these daggles out and stuff, you can't really take at least half of these guys serious. Half of these guys, you have to take it with a grain of salt, because half of these guys, I'm willing to say that 70% of the Manosphere actually still desire this dabble, despite how much trash they talk about this dabble. A lot of these guys that talk trash about their dabble, a lot of these guys who talk trash about the dabble, deep down they still desire the dabble. They just hate the way this dabble became. They just hate how this dabble acts. They're not willing to just drop the dabble and just enter transmission somewhere else and just leave the dabble. No, they don't want to do that. They still got their mama titty in their mouth, just like what Mad Bus Driver was saying. And this made me realize that not only that these dudes still desire this dabble, despite all the trash talking they do when they talk about this dabble, these guys are trying to low-key negotiate with these daggles. When they talk about this topic, about women staying on space, talking about you can't get rid of them, they're going to be here. Okay, even if I agree with that talking point that, oh, they're going to be here, that doesn't mean you have to entertain them. You can just ignore them and block them. And then they talking about dudes on the screen don't want women on the space, and then they be blocking dudes too. I mean, they be blocking females too. And then MOT, he kind of chuckle at the idea of dudes blocking females. And unfortunately, this is not a dig at people. This is not me trying to make a dig at people or anything. I'm just trying to make a point. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to watch out for guys that even sound legit. Guys that you thought are kind of legit. You might have to watch out for some of them. Some of these dudes got 1 foot out and 1 foot in. These guys are trying to negotiate with the devil. That's what it is. These guys are trying to negotiate with the devil, and you cannot negotiate with the devil. There's no negotiating with terrorists. There is no negotiation. The fact that guys think they gotta negotiate speaks high value. It says a lot more about them than it does about the devil, because if you're supposed to be the leader, the head, or the king, trying to run or have a so-called patriarchy, why the hell do you need to bring your opposition to the negotiation table? To me, the negotiation table is really trying to leave out the situation with at least one of your testicles instead of just having both of them. And I'm like, F all that. I'm going 8 gates on this for real, man. I'm trying to leave the situation with both my nuts hanging. I'm trying to have 2 Dragon Balls, not just one. The hell with all that. I'm not compromising. These dudes want to negotiating is compromising. That's really what it is. We shouldn't have to negotiate. It should be our way or the highway. Either they get in order or, hey, we got to separate. You the opposition. You against me. And we got to duke it out. We're going to war. For the 4th Great Ninja War. And I ain't about to hold back against you. You going to get this work. I'm going 8 gates. I'm going 9 tails CK2. I got that Renegon. I'm about to slap him in the face with that Sasano. For real, for real. And this also goes back to what I was saying in previous videos, that a lot of these guys, it's like a love-hate relationship with this devil. It's like these guys are a glutton for punishment. They hate the way the devil act. They tired of going through all this drama with the devil, but at the same time, it's like they like it because they just won't stop trying to go back and forth with the devil, trying to get this devil to see the error of their ways. And to be honest, this hurts me by saying this about brothers, because I'm a proud ebony man. I'm an ebony man and I'm proud. And I want the best for us, the best image. I think brothers deserve our just dudes, but it really hurts me by saying this, but I think a lot of brothers out here are just conquered. Not by the Mayo dude, not by Mr. Clean, but by this devil. A lot of brothers have already bowed before Zod, if not self-consciously bowed before Zod. Some of you guys just got that Stockholm syndrome, and it's too far gone for some of you guys. Because what the other thing I'm peeping is that they're not ready for all this trash they talking about the Dalgo in the community. They're not really ready. Like at the end of the day, a good deal of these guys, they just want a blue pill patriarchy, man. That's what that is. They want a blue pill patriarchy. These guys on here, man, they keep them for avatars, keep them for Dalgos that don't really have a track record. Like, I'm not impressed by these Dalgos about these bimbos out here sprouting red pill talking points or Blk Manosphere talking points. That shit don't impress me, man. That doesn't prove a track record. Like, any female, any bimbo can come to space, hit you dudes with that shower gun, just copy everything you guys say, and then you guys are caping, putting on the Batman cape, putting on the Batwoman cape, putting on the Flash shoes, and just running and orbiting around her, tricking your money with those donations. And you don't even know if she's real legit. You ain't even seen what these chicks look like. And even if you saw what these chicks look like, you don't know their track record. Okay, she's saying all this. Is she a good female, a good chick? Is she wifey material? And none of the chicks come to space and claim to be on the side of these dudes. None of them are married, or at least got a good brother. And if they do have a relationship with a good brother, it's like, why don't they bring that brother or introduce that brother to the space? it would give us even more proof that they're legit. Because the only legit shit we really had in the space was light skin motivation and anonymous black man. She came on the space and then she brought her either they were her boyfriend or husband, but she brought her partner, her good black man into the space, and then it was a team. They did it together. So you have proof of an actual track record. She was saying red pill talking points, Blk Manosphere talking points with her good black man. But we don't have proof with these other chicks. And what really grind me the other way is how these guys saying, oh, we need the females on here to hear their perspective too. It's like, what you guys are talking about? We heard these chicks' perspective for the past 5 to 6 decades. We already heard their perspective. A lot of these guys are pussy furs, man. I'm starting to follow with Zero Hate's channel, but I gotta give credit where credit due. He was right when he said that pussy is undefeated. These guys don't want to let that Dago Poontang go. These guys are like, ugh, Dago Booty, I'm about to bust. That Dago Booty. Dude, man, these guys are clowns. And the irony is guys who feel that way about these chicks, about these bimbos, these are the same dudes that tell you to self-improve just for a land wheel, self-improve just to stroke on a Snorlax type chick, self-improve just to stroke on a Majin Buu type bitch. Like, come on, man. And I gotta give Chris a shout out again for pointing this out. But a lot of these dudes, I know we talk about welfare pussy, but what about Wi-Fi pussy? A lot of you dudes, well, a good deal of these dudes, you know what? Nah, some of these dudes on the space, they piping down these chicks in the space. Some of these dudes are traveling to like different states and stuff just to go knock on these females on the internet. They come on the space. But I had to get this out of my chest. I really don't care, but it just gave me even more of a reason to just purge dudes off my channel, because I'm still sub to some Blk Manosphere guys. And right now I'm about to go on the tirade of unsubscribing from dudes on my channel. And just be looking for SYPM type dudes that make content. And then I'm gonna look for traveling dudes content. I'm already subbed to a dude named like Sunshine Shoulders. I think that was his name. But he a brother that live in the Philippines. He be making live streams and videos talking about the Philippines. I'm gonna start looking at his videos too. I ain't really been looking at his videos like that. I just subscribed. Got somebody on the Discord introduced me to him. For now, it's gonna be strictly SYPM, Traveling Bro content. Yeah, I'm trying to look for some more content about the comic book stuff. Brothers who make comic books. I am subscribed to a couple of brothers who make content on comic books on my other channel, but I want to look for some more. Cause I want to look for brothers. It can't be any other brothers that just make content about comic books and stuff. Cause I know there's a lot of brothers on here, or just black people in general, that be shining. There's a lot of shines and sambos in the comic book / anime community. There's some of these brothers, they be, especially the brothers that be so anti-woke. Now, I'm not with all the woke stuff too, but I'm not gonna act like there's no issues in this world, and then we shouldn't dismiss representation because that's important. People want to see themselves on TV. But there's There's people that's so anti woke. I don't want to look at brothers' content. They all on this super anti woke stuff. I want to look at a brother's content that talk about comic book and anime through a black male's perspective, through a black male's issue perspective. That's what kind of nerd geek content I'm looking for from brothers. They keep it real. I'm looking for more gaming channels, but I'm just letting you guys know what I'm about to do. Yeah, this video lasts long enough, so I'm about to be out. Let me know what you guys think, and especially you, Chris. I would like to know what you think on this topic as well. Because right now I'm on what you want. I'm just about to start looking at a lot of these brothers' videos, start going somewhere else. But anyway, this time I'm out, and SYSPM in the hood, we are lame. But in Japan, we're the Wizard King.